Log number 23. Number of survivors, 1. It's been about 2 weeks since we volunteered to personally investigate this place. Not with cameras, not with drones, but with our own 2 eyes. Within the first week, we'd already lost half of our group, and now things are just getting worse. These monsters, they've started picking the rest of us off one by one. I found my bunkmate with gaping holes in him, and chunks of him ripped off by what looked like bite marks today. Throughout these 2 weeks, I've seen numerous monsters that nobody could have ever dreamed of existing. But I'm getting off track now. I'm recording this log today because I'm the last alive down here, and that means it's my job to do this. I've seen the others leave files around regarding some of the monsters down here, but we've all been avoiding making files about one in particular. Her. Subject 1, the intruder, the one that calls herself Iris, the one the rest follow. Since I'm still alive, I guess that means we were right. She really doesn't care if we record about her. Alright, let's keep this going. Subject 1 takes the appearance of a ghostly young girl, likely no more than the age of 12, with pure white skin and pure white hair. She wears what looks to be a white ragged dress, with chains shackled to both her wrists and ankles, though the chains only go a few feet away from these shackles before ending. Unlike some other subjects, closing and locking a door or blockading yourself in a room will not stop her. She has shown the ability to phase right through any physical objects and sometimes even people themselves. However, if she finds an open doorway, she's less likely to go through it. She quite likes getting the jump on her victims. Another ability she's shown is her ability to control her chains at will, causing them to suddenly grow longer and move fluidly like they were just another part of her body. I've seen this part of her very often. Too often to count. According to what we found, before she found her way into this compound, she had been seen wandering the surface with 2 other figures that I cannot name or describe, lest I incur her wrath. We tracked all the sightings back to a small town in Arizona, specifically the burnt-down home of one Dr. Aotis. We got a bit antsy thinking our trail was going to end there and go cold, but then we found it. There was an elevator shaft leading into an underground bunker buried beneath the fallen and burnt debris. It was an underground lab. The whole place was trashed, but there was so much blood. We found what we believed to be an examination table of sorts, absolutely coated in blood. We weren't able to identify whose blood it was, but we were able to tell one thing. It was human blood. Safe to say, authorities all over the states are currently trying to track down Dr. Aotis and bring him in for questioning about the underground lab, but he keeps evading capture. Last I heard, he was in Georgia. Until Aotis, I don't even know what to think about him. Until he's brought in, we won't be able to find out anything about how Subject 1 came from his house, but we have some theories. They're not good theories, but they're what we've got. I won't waste your time with them now, though. Following the sightings from there, we tried to map out a proper path that we believe the intruder took before they found their way here. We eventually found an abandoned house along the way, with a body in it. We identified it as Oscar Newbritt, a traveler of sorts. Seems he liked to go from place to place, looking for the supernatural. He would have been welcome to our group, had he still been alive. The wounds on his corpse perfectly match the ones Subject 1 is known to inflict upon her victims. Looks like we found her first victim. Poor guy. That's all we found so far, though. Come to think of it, she does look kind of like one of those Miss...
I think you've said enough, Mr. Scientist. Don't be mistaken, though. You deserve this for speaking about that doctor's name. Speaking the name of that wretched man. Your punishment is eternal silence.